16 and I got 1 GCSE.
I got no GCSEs.
That makes me feel stupid.
Half of Britain's kids leave school with less than 5 good GCSEs. Rejected as failures, these are 20.
I definitely do hate school. It's the rules and regulations. I just hated it.
300,000 of them each year. And I was one of them. I left school with nothing. In a way, the system sort of let me down. I was lucky and found cookery, but most kids like me fail to find anything, and they deserve better. So I've taken over an empty building for 2 months and turned it into Dream School.
I want you to have the ideas about what we're going to do.
I've persuaded 18 of the most brilliant people in Britain.
Come in, everybody.
From top scientists, journalists and academics,
How tall is Henry VIII?
to Olympic gold medalists and a guru of soul music.
No.
I'm ripping up the rule book. They're going to teach whatever they want to, however they want
We
to.
have all the laptops shut.
Can these brilliant minds unlock the lost generation?
Will everybody please be quiet?
Fair enough.
I'm that close to not coming tomorrow.
Enough! Listen!
It's the great and the good versus the bored and the badly behaved.
I feel the education system is still stuck 40 years ago.
I don't really agree with that.
Oh, if they'll all be doing PhDs by week 5.
That is nice.
You think you're higher than everybody else because you're a headmaster.
I'm really excited, really daunted. It's going to be a bloody lunatic asylum. But if we can engage the kids, that's all that matters.
Your first patient.
Last week, the more hands-on subjects got off to a reasonable start.
All you need to do is to pin your rat out.
Shakespeare is theatre.
But Simon Callow's been struggling to get them onto Shakespeare.
OK, hold on, let's try and have a conversation.
Oh, come on, you're so fat, you can really move.
And in history, David Starkey got into a slagging match with Connor.
You're about 4 foot tall, mate. Have you always been that tall?
Now he's refusing to teach anymore until he's met up with me. I can't wait. Have a good one. Dream School's got to be two-way. The teachers have to adjust and kind of learn from them, which I think we all are. I think we all are, and quick. I mean, it's talk about a baptism of fire, you know, and I think the young people as well, they've got to meet us halfway. How can we break the culture of being disruptive that seems to be everywhere and engage the ones that don't want to be engaged? I mean, for example, like some of the brightest kids in that class are the most disruptive ones. But the point is, there is definitely a culture of this yapping that's very disruptive. And it's almost, I think it's almost like learning a new language. Like we've got to retrain them the dynamics of the classroom.
Right, guys, can you come up to assembly, please?
Helping me is professional head teacher John Dabro, aka Dabs. Obviously, things that didn't go well with Starkey the other day, for obvious reasons. I want you all to have a fresh start, please. Oi, oi, oi. Last week, I found their behaviour pretty shocking. I want them to keep on remembering why they're here. Each has their own story, and I'm hoping if we can get them to talk more about their problems, they might get to respect each other and the teachers more. Specifically, Connor, you're always confident. You kick it off and get the ball rolling, brother. Why are you at Dream School?
I'm at Dream School because I didn't get no GCSEs at school when I was. Because I want something better than what I'm destined for at the moment, innit, basically.
What do you feel you're destined for?
Fuck all. Nothing at all. Didn't get no GCSEs, didn't get nothing. It's hard to get a job, man. Before I was doing this, I was searching for a job for like a year.
And what did you feel was wrong about the school where you were before?
They didn't really care, to be fair. If you weren't someone who was going to get your 5 GCSEs, then you were just put in the lower groups, really, and that was it. I was just in, like, except science, I was in bottom groups in all of them. And when you're in the bottom group, they just, like, you get a book and you got a copy out of it, and that's it. Once you finished it, you start again.
Well done, Jenny.
Come on, Jen.
Jenny went to a state school in Leafy, Kent.
I'm not saying enough We had a new head teacher who I didn't agree with, and I got excluded like 5 times, and then before my exam started, they told me I weren't allowed back to sixth form, so I didn't have enough time to like get anywhere else. And I tried to get into college, but they wouldn't let me because of the results I had.
Well done, John.
So, Georgia, tell me a bit about you.
I got into a really good high school in London, like an all-girls school. And I told one of my friends there that I was bi, and it sort of travelled around the school, so I started getting bullied for it. And I went a bit mental there, and I was just, like, drinking with my friends and just going out and doing stupid stuff all the time.
And what are your hopes for the future?
To get some GCSEs and A-levels and to just be a bit more happy.
If you've come out of school with no exam results, then you're on your knees, guys. You're on your knees. You're trying to get a job. Can you get jobs?
No.
No, you're on your knees. The only opportunity you've got is to be a pleasure to be around. I think it's a problem if your people skills are rubbish and you're talking and chit-chatting and, you know, you've got your text messages and your phone's going off left, right and centre. One sec, bro. You know, people are going to watch this. You know, what do you think, like, the kind of... the posh people in education or universities or politics. No, they're going to say, well, yeah, segregate, put the ones that want to learn there, and what do we do with this lot? I disagree. I think it's our problem to... It's the teacher's problem to engage you. I want to try some subjects that aren't usually taught in GCSE. I'm really excited about my next teacher, Tony Blair's old spin doctor, Alistair Campbell. He's known as a bit of a bruiser, so it'll be interesting to see how he tries to turn 20 apathetic kids onto politics.
What I'm going to teach is, I would say, a mixture of politics, media and campaigns. And what I want to try and do is show them that they're probably a lot more political than they think. My sense is that mine is probably much less structured in a way than some of the others. But I want them to, if I get them engaged, I want them then to be driving what we're going to campaign about.
Yeah, I got my laptop. I went downstairs. I'm having a little...
Now, I've got one rule, OK? Just one rule. One of us speaks at any one time, OK? One at a time. I'm going to go around one at a time. Chloe, if I say politics, what do you think? First thing that says boring, OK? You said boring. Jordell. Jordell says for and against. That's good. Nana Kwame, what did you say?
He stole my one. I was going to say boring.
Boring, OK. Michael, what do you think? Politics, what does that say to you?
A load of bullshit.
OK. Harlem?
I think it's a good thing, because otherwise, if it was a bad... Like, if it wasn't a good thing, then half the time people wouldn't be able to argue about certain things that's going on and make different things happen.
Good. You see, I suspect you are a lot more political than maybe you think. We're going to try over the next few weeks to put together a campaign that we're going to get involved in, OK? And it's going to come from you guys. It's going to come from you guys. I want you to have the ideas about what we're going to do. You know,
Alistair Campbell's course really gets going when he starts asking them what they want to change.
You can decide, up to you. Who would like to go first? Look at me.
Abolish all taxes.
All taxes. T-A-X-I-S or E-S?
Yes. E-S.
OK.
Number 2 would be more housing and better housing for the council.
More council housing?
Yeah.
Legalise pit bulls.
They are legal.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're legal now.
Yeah, pit bulls on their own are illegal, but if it's a mix, as long as the other, whatever it's mixed with, it's not. It's not. It's got to be 51%. It's got to be 49. The pit bull's got to be less.
OK.
If they're going to give out council houses and benefits, they should flip in check properly. If they're entitled to it, if they need it.
Oh yeah, and as well, how can someone from another country, not in a rude way, but come over here with thousands of kids, get some 8-bedroom house, and then I'm finding it hard just to get a 1-bedroom. That's what I mean. And I'm finding it hard just to get a 1-bedroom.
Jordell.
The whole family.
Wait a minute. Hi, mate. How are you, sir?
How are you? How was it? Are you still alive?
Good, they're brilliant.
Yeah?
They were not bad kids at any level at all.
No, they're bright as buttons. Bright as buttons. You know, I think Starkey's struggled a little bit with them, but I think everyone's got their own different natural styles.
Those kids they're political.
Really?
Yeah.
about. Like this. Oh, come on, you're so fat, you can really move.
Last week, David Starkey refused to teach after he and one of the kids, Connor, had a bit of a run-in.
You're about 4 foot tall, mate. Have you always been that tall?
And he's a bit rude. Come on, he called our friend fat. That is a bit out of order.
I was really upset when he left. Now he wants a summit meeting about discipline before he'll consider coming back again to teach. I really hope David Starkey sticks with it. I really do. I hope that he feels like he's in good hands with this, because we have thrown him in at the deep end. I have thrown him in at the deep end. I've almost put him in the lion pit. I wouldn't blame him if he left. I wouldn't blame him because he's a busy boy and he probably doesn't need this shit in his life. But I hope he sticks with it. My head teacher, John Dabro, has got almost 30 years of experience in the education system. And while I really want Starkey to come back, John is worried if Starkey should be teaching in my school at all.
If you look in the private sector, the old traditions are almost intact. The rules are there, and the rules are obeyed, and the rules are mutually understood. Why did we turn ourselves into a problem school, which has then got to be turned around? Because that initial behaviour was that of a school that would instantly, tell me if I'm wrong, you've got experience, will be put into special measures.
We've learnt, he's been doing it 25 years.
No, indeed.
No, but I mean, I think we've learnt such a lot in a short amount of time about these young people. And I think the main problem with your first class was the Connor incident, where you were just sort of, you said, oh, he's fat, and he said, you're short, and that...
No, get it the right way round.
No, David, you know, what I would call put Connor down, and he reacted to that. And I didn't see it the other way around.
And then the students are like pack animals.
And they were round on you as they were rounded on you.
Sorry. My memory is a pretty good one. He said that to me, right? Now, the reason that I look shorter even than I am was that because I have got all the... No, please let, as we're exploring, you're inviting emotions. Let's have a few emotions, OK? The reason that I was wearing flat shoes was that I have a foot which is in the process of disintegration after having been operated on, I think this is its 4th time since birth, because I was born with 2 club feet and I had polio. I then looked at him and I saw an arrogant, self-satisfied, porcine boy, which means pig-like. And I'm afraid I retorted in kind, as every teacher which I had at school would have done. Maybe you can tell me how you deal with it. I mean, maybe you're going to tell me, as in the old days of my Quakerism, turn the other cheek. I'm sorry, I don't do that. I was born badly disabled. The reason that I am where I am is that I fight. I don't turn the other cheek. And I think, again, I'm sorry, these kids, one of the reasons they're in the mess that they are is that no adult has ever done anything but turn the other cheek to them. Nobody has given them any kind of structure. Nobody has ever said to them, your behaviour is not acceptable. I will not put up with it. You're beginning to do that.
Look,
let's move to resolution.
Firstly, and I don't condone... It's a first lesson, and the question is, if it went off on the reason it went off on a bad foot is because that happened, the pack mentality of the young people was the same, and then you were saying brilliant, interesting things, but you were essentially firefighting like I was in my first class. In this day and age, you can't say that sort of stuff to kids. I mean, and the kids know it, so they know that they can play on it as well.
Of course. But in one sense, all this is irrelevant. If what you're telling me, and you're much nearer of an age to these people, if it has made a major problem, then it needs...
I don't think it's major. I think
if it's created a problem, it needs sorting out, as simple as that.
You've got black eyes. Yes, I know.
I'm thrilled at my music teacher, Jazzy B. I used to love a bit of Soul to Soul. And now he wants to turn all the kids into composers. Brilliant.
Before you go into your computer, Connor, and everybody else, we're going to go through our scales. Anyone needs to use a bathroom?
He's from a West Indian background, and he's trying the tough but fair teaching style.
Yeah. Are your phones off? Can't hear this pin drop. I can't hear it.
I've got all DVD and I watch them over and over again.
Well, guys, we're killing the lesson. We've got to have that little bit of discipline, because when we're focusing on our great piece of music that I know you're all going to come out with, we've got to concentrate, OK? That's the only thing I'm asking for at least 45 minutes today. Everyone put their hands in the air. Push to the ceiling. Put your palms to the sky. All right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. OK, let's keep going round. Keep going round.
Right, sir.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm well.
I'm good, thank you, too.
Yes. Neither of us behaved terribly well.
No, I know.
So, shall we try better?
Yeah.
Will you help me?
Yeah, no, start again. I already said this. I was grumpy that day anyway, so...
I was too. First day of term is never a good idea.
I'm not trying to be rude at all, OK, but we've got like 5 minutes left of break.
Yes.
So
You go off, yes. Go off and enjoy yourself. See you in class.
See ya.
Well, that's very sweet.
Last week, brilliant actor Simon Callow had a bit of a tough time turning the kids onto Shakespeare.
OK, guys, look, we've got a short time here. We've only got an hour.
And now he wants to try a play about two feuding gangs to get to them, Romeo and Juliet. They've watched the video for homework.
I just want to put the idea that Shakespeare might be of some value to them in their lives into their heads, so that they might actually think that he's found a way of saying something, a form of words, which makes it particularly memorable and relates to something in their own lives, something they can recognize, but equally that the drama is a very engaging form of art.
Well, I just would like you all to think about the story of Romeo and Juliet. Connor, I think you know this play quite well. Just give us your idea.
Okay, there's one woman, one man, different families, don't like each other. Man falls in love with woman, woman falls in love with man. Big plot comes about because they're not allowed to be together, so they want to get together, and they go to the end of it, and then the woman pretends to kill herself, but she's not really dead, and the man kills himself, and as the man kills himself, the woman wakes up, and then realises that he's killed himself really, and she kills herself at the end. See you later.
Very good, Connor. That's actually very good.
A brilliant moment for Connor, but the drama course doesn't hold his attention.
So, when Shakespeare was born in
with chewing gum.
1564. That's nearly 500 years ago, right? Connor, please listen.
Wait, do you chew him or not?
Please, Jenny, just when Shakespeare was born in April of 1564. Connor, Carl, please listen, because since Connor, please listen.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I swear we'll end.
Okay, now.
People pay £1 million.
I want...
You fucking mug.
What the fuck have I done?
You just grabbed my knee to let being down. You pushed
All right,
me
guys,
back.
please. Connor, please. You...
I didn't touch your knee, though.
OK. Now, excuse me. I'm just going to read this speech so as we've heard it all. Romeo says she is the fairies' midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies over men's noses as they lie asleep.
Fucking rude bitch.
Her chariot is an OK, shut up! Enough!
Did you see the way she just looked at me? Why are you telling me shut up like that for?
I said shut up because I'm reading to you. I've asked for your silence again and again. There was no reason whatever. Can you imagine what it is like for me to be here with this constant, unending hubbub and buzz, nothing to... Like over there, even I'm saying this, is Henry and Ricky find something much, much, much more interesting for them to say, right?
Is there any more than two?
Oh, dear. First own goal. Never mind. It was a human moment.
I mean, I think it's pedagogically speaking, it's not best practice, but it actually, I think, they all kind of went, OK, this guy's not just a pussycat, he can shout, you know, and I shouted.
Simon Callow is not giving up. He's bravely taking the kids to the theatre in the hope that it will unlock their inner Shakespeare. Most of them have never been to the theatre as schools have cut back.
I am. At first, I didn't know who the man was on the book.
Daniel
and he's our English teacher. Did you know? I didn't know. I forgot. But yeah, man, it's gonna be mint.
Aisha, have you got someone to go with? We need 3.
Oh, so I'm left on my own then?
That's my teacher. He teaches me grammar and English. Lucky how good. I know, isn't it?
Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close them all up with our English dead. The Elizabethans never knew what it was not to be at war. In the 1580s, they were at war with Flanders, in the 1590s with Ireland, and with the Spanish on the high seas. And upon this charge, crying good for Harry, England, and St. George!
It wasn't me. Was it you? Was it 2? It wasn't that night, actually. It was the 2 next to it. But they were distracted.
The rest of the audience don't exactly seem amused by these new theatre goers.
Something to him.
Yes, why are you laughing? You're laughing all the way through. If you do it again, and if I'm fucking here, you've had it.
This is like the clientele in this kind of place. That they're so snobby that they have a go. Like 3 different people have had 3 different arguments with people here.
I really enjoyed that.
Come join the party.
Nana Kwame's mother left home when he was just 1, and then his father threw him out when he was 16. He's invited the rest of the mob back to his small council flat where he lives alone.
Hello, I'm David Snarky, and you're fat, Connor. You're fat. You sound smooth.
And you're a midget.
And you're all fake. And you're all failures! He's so drunk! Shit!
I'm doing my own course too to try to work out for myself what can turn them on.
A couple of the kids, when we came in this morning, they'd been out all night on the lash, and then they had a little half-litre bottle of vodka in their bag, which was then taken to a locker. They grabbed a couple of glasses and went off into the toilets, mixed it with a little orange drink, and it was not back. Also, if they're boozing and then cooking...
In actual fact.
Yeah. But if they're boozing...
Do we have keys to their lockers?
We have keys to their lockers.
Right, OK. Who was it?
It was Ricky and Georgia.
Never a dull moment, eh? I haven't even started yet. You ready? Can you believe that only 3.5% of kids now take home economics? Everyone should have some basic cooking skills, but my plan is to get them all cooking entire meals over the 6 weeks. Guys, can I have your phones in here, please?
No, my phone's downstairs.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, I don't want to keep it. I just don't... It seems to be the biggest disruption in this whole school at the moment. Phone? OK. In your world, at your level of a great, great home cook, that's all you need. That for 90% of the time. That for 5% of the time. That's a paring knife. You use that just for veggies, taking ends off, topping, tailing, right? And then a serrated knife for carving, bread, you know, slightly more awkward things that need a bit of, like, jag, right? But this is everything, OK? You need to be able to use this. Can knives be dangerous? Yeah. Has anyone been drinking today?
Not today, yesterday.
Has anyone been drinking today, this morning, today?
Honestly.
Anyone?
Honestly.
Anyone? Yeah, honestly. OK, you have? And you have. OK, so look, you're going to have to watch today. If I cut you, it's my fault, OK? I probably didn't explain. 1 minute, guys. Guys. I wasn't a massive little shit at school, but I was a little shit, and if I was teaching me, I would have been bollocking me, and it's kind of really weird being on the other foot, because it's really, like, you want to love them, you want to gain their respect and be their chum, but at the same time, what I'm starting to learn and what I've got to get better at is, like, having the kind of strictness, and I ain't taking that. Do you know, that balance of love and discipline, I think, is absolutely what Dream School's about. But obviously, with these particular young people doing stuff, Classrooms and black and white, I don't think's turning these guys on. How is it? Yeah. I wonder if a lot of kids' creative side is being neglected. Could that be half the problem?
Have we got enough destroyers for everyone?
There's no photography GCSE, for instance, so I've got Rankin, who's famous for incredible fashion shoots, involved.
Right, we've got 10 minutes. So, look, what I'm going to do with you, listen, is we're going to take photos. What I'll do is I'll teach you about the lighting and stuff when we do the photos. We're going to do it one at a time, and your homework will be to do something on top of them, like draw on them, tear them up. Listen, hold on.
No, yeah, we'll do that.
I'm not going to lie. Listen, hold on. And I wanted to kind of talk about how we look at ourselves and how we use photography as a form of expression. So when I take your portrait...
He's done a fantastic project called Destroy, where 70 big music and art stars deface their own photographs to show something of their inner selves. We're hoping the same thing might work with these kids and really have an effect on them.
I'm going to come back. So you didn't want to have your photo taken?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't.
Why don't you take my photo then?
What?
Why don't you take my photo?
I can't work a camera.
Come on, let's do it.
Yes, press the button.
Jenny refuses to be photographed, so she's going to deface Rankin.
Now?
No, halfway down to focus.
You need to look
What?
through the
You need
lens.
to look through here.
All right. Well,
Halfway
then-
down to focus.
What's halfway down to focus mean?
No, even think about it. Do you know what they're... There you go. You need to take a few. You got, mate. You need to take a few for me.
Yeah, no.
Seriously,
To
Jenny.
get
It's
it
like
right, isn't it?
I am not a good-looking bloke.
I didn't have to say it, did I? I think you should stick to taking the pictures.
So why are you here then?
In dream school?
Yeah.
Are you going to take a picture of me whilst I'm speaking?
No.
Oh, OK. To make something out of my life?
Carl was diagnosed with ADHD when he was 14. His mum kicked him out, and now he lives alone in a council flat with his dog.
I wasn't really good at school.
Why?
Disruptive. I didn't want to learn.
Did you get chucked out of school then?
A couple of times, yeah. But
Right.
not forever. I was just doing 2 hours a week.
Right, that's crap. Were you a bit of a tearaway?
Yeah.
What were you doing? What were you up to?
Climbing out of windows, throwing stuff at teachers.
Oh, no.
Now, I'm a lot more concentrated, so second chance, really.
Right.
Hello.
Hey, Dave.
Gosh, you are at home in here, aren't you?
Good old Dr. Starkey has decided he'll have another go and face the class again. But first he's doing some research in why it might have worked for others.
So it's done with just you and...
No, like 20 different musicians.
You know, this is very interesting. My mother was intensely musical, and she was determined that I was to be musical.
Right.
So she made me play the piano.
Right.
I have never hated anything as much.
I think if you could reverse the roles a little bit and almost put what you just said about having to learn music and not really interested, etc., but you was forced into it by your parents, could be very much a similar pattern with the kids.
Just what strikes me about these is, in every way you can think of, they're fundamentally unsocialised.
Right.
They're feral. They just don't know the rules. They don't understand rules. They have no conception of rules. But you kids,
Well,
you deal with youth clubs, all the rest of it.
Yeah, I made quite a point of when I started the first class to almost lay down the law and be very firm. What is it you're going to do today, Dave?
Well, the plan and what I tried to do is to take, if you like, big ideas, but can be illustrated in quite small ways. I'm interested in trying to get them to understand what is their world and what is the world of virtually every previous human generation.
Sometimes you've got to cut to the chase, really, than going around the houses, because that thing, I don't think that they've got that sort of attention span, David.
Yeah.
Just whatever you do, just don't talk down. Don't talk down and try not to talk at them. And maybe use a little bit more of your humour. No, I'm seriously,
Yes,
because
yes.
even you smiling
Yes.
like that and like the little smirk you got on there, that's going to engage them a little bit more.
When you're kind of rather inadequately both the baited bear and trying to be the referee at the same time, it's rather difficult to produce a friendly smile. And one's dominant emotion is that wouldn't it be nice if you had, you know, a sort of well-aimed flamethrower? Yes.
It's the next step of Alistair Campbell's attempt to turn this generation onto politics. This time, the Spin Master wants to teach them how to argue, rather than just scream. He's starting quite cleverly, with the video from just after the election when the Sky TV interviewer laid into him.
Campbell, come on in. You didn't actually get the vote you should have done. You didn't get the majority you said you were going to do.
You got a lot more votes and seats
Yes,
than
I know.
me.
Adam, you're obviously upset that David Cameron's not
I'm not
Prime
upset.
Minister.
You
are. You probably are.
Don't keep casting aspersions on what I think.
Calm down.
I am commenting. Don't keep saying what I think.
This is live on television.
No, don't keep telling me what I think. This is what you do. You come on, you say, no one won the election.
Alistair,
No, don't. You talk to me. I'm fed up with you telling me what I think.
I don't care what you're fed up. When you were watching that, for those interviews, are you more engaged if people are like to be passionate than as if they're just sort of standing up there and saying...
You've got to be passionate because you're talking about things that you believe in yourself. And, like, if you're just going to be there and, like...
Even if they don't believe in it, they still make a big point that they do believe in it.
No, but you can tell. You can tell. You can tell. You can work it out. Who would like to either be an interviewer or be interviewed?
Now he wants a couple of kids to argue about something they really care about, just as passionately.
Georgie, gay rights. Connor, you are not Alistair Campbell.
Georgia and Nana Kwame bravely accept the challenge. Georgia wants to argue the case for gay-only youth groups.
Right, what's your main point?
Well, I go to an LGBT youth group for gay, bi, lesbian, transsexual people.
Okay.
I've been going there for a few months now, and it has honestly changed my life. I have more friends. I've been on a trip overseas. I have experienced more things. I've been going to the theatre. I've learned about sexual education. I've only done that in the last 6 months of my life.
How was your youth club funded?
By the government.
Soon the class is noisier than the House of Commons.
It was good though. She was strong though. Jenny, did you want to say something?
She said there should be. She said there should be.
Jenny.
She said there should be more gay youth clubs here. I've never been to one youth club that said there's no gay people allowed. Any youth club should be mixed. Youth club should be mixed. That's out of order.
Georgie.
Jenny and Georgia have become just as chippy as two politicians.
I'm sorry, but we have ignorant people on this
You're
show
calling me ignorant.
that do not know fuck all about gay people or anything about. Oh, you're coming in my face now.
No,
you're coming
mate,
in my face.
getting rude with me. I swear to God.
Go on.
Fuck you.
Go on. Make yourself look like a fucking twat. Go on.
Don't fuck
Go on. Go on.
Just because you're on, mate. Go on. Go on. Go on.
You're
Go on.
not, mate.
What are you following me for? I'm walking away. Don't follow me.
Good on you. See ya. Take care.
This whole argument that's just happened is Alistair Campbell's fault.
My head teacher, John, isn't very happy and calls them in.
Yeah, this is very serious, both for her and for you. And I'm going to, as I always do in this situation, sleep on it. That means I'm not going to make a final decision until tomorrow.
I don't want to get suspended, though.
Well, that may be one option, and I'm not going to say that is going to happen or it's not going to happen, but I'm just saying it may be one thing I have to do, and I'm going to take some advice on that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the effect I wanted. Hold on, I'm gonna get some water.
The camera genius is back to mark the kids' homework. Connor is so excited that he wants to show his defaced photo to Rankin before the one-on-ones.
That's not what I wanted to do, yeah.
Let me see it.
No, I get it. So you
I
want to
wanted
do
to actually put
so
my-
the pupil is your
Yeah.
That's very good.
It's sort of putting it, I don't know, I wanted all the lights going, the
That's
lines
very
coming from here.
good.
And it's like, I don't know what I think, sort of like, yeah, I see the world from my own eyes and that's the only way I see it.
You said you weren't creative, do you remember?
Yeah, I'm not.
What's that then?
Just a few things thrown together.
That's creative.
Jenny's already been excluded from previous schools 5 times, so she'll be dreading John's verdict.
What happened? What's happened to you?
Nothing, I just spoke to John earlier on.
Did you get told off?
No, yeah, but he was just like, he's going to tell me in a few hours if we're going to get excluded or not.
You need to make, look at me, you need to make a commitment to him and to her, really, that you're not going to do it again. Yeah. All right.
Cheers.
Let's go. Look at this. The daddy. This is the daddy. I want to put it up somewhere. It's brilliant. You've taken lots of different aspects of yourself, cut them up. So what you've done is you've made yourself big, really big, and very empowered. This, you're really making a statement with.
That's what I wanted to kind of do. That's why I chose a red background, not a black or white background.
Why did you choose red out of interest?
Because everyone has blood through them. Everyone's equal, do you know what I mean? But everyone has like different parts of them that no one gets to know. Right. But collectively, they're a whole.
Thank you. Cheers.
Carl's never been told he's good at anything at school before.
Who's next? That is nice.
I smudged a bit on the eye, but...
Yeah, I think that works, though. I love the way you've given yourself 2 different colours.
I'm never good at stuff like that.
I love it. Do you know what I love? All this black in here.
The shadow.
That's amazing.
If you put it up against the window...
Yeah, show me.
It looks like Joker from Batman. Yeah, show me.
Oh, wow. I love it like that. That's amazing. What do you think? Did you learn anything about yourself from doing this?
I've learned that I can actually sit down and concentrate, you know, and make an effort on something I wasn't good at, which was art.
Do you think you could do some more?
Yeah.
I think you should do a bit more. This is really good, mate. It really is.
Cheers.
Right, brilliant. Well, top marks for you, mate.
Thank you very much.
You get an A+.
Thank you. Cheers.
See you later.
Well, to say...
I might be talking, because you left me with her earlier today, Jen, and I've been talking to her, and she's really shitting herself. She's going to get excluded. And I don't know what your rules and regulations are on it.
I'll let her sweat for a bit.
I thought that was what you're going to do. I feel that Jen really finds it hard to express herself, and she's emotionally and she's very sensitive, and she's really taking it like very, very badly. I don't know how you do it, but like my vote is to keep her in because I think she's getting a lot out of it.
People were saying that you were saying that I was homophobic, and I ain't.
No, I didn't say you're homophobic.
No, it was just whispers then. I didn't want you to think that I had the argument with you because you're lesbian, gay, whatever, because I really couldn't care less, to be honest. You know what I mean? And I got on town.
No, I didn't think that, and I mean, I know I provoked you a bit.
And fair enough, we needed our time, like, just to calm down and shit.
Yeah, and I don't think it was necessarily you. I think
it was both of us. We're both bad at each other. I shouldn't have.
Yeah, but
I apologise for that. I shouldn't have done.
I mean, like lack of sleep.
Yeah, everything built up and it just blew out. But I don't want us to fighting because we've only got like 2 weeks left.
Lots of our kids have a long history of being excluded. Yeah. But at Dream School, we want to give everyone a second chance. So we've decided that Jenny and Georgia should stay.
All the way to there.
Rankins put all of their portraits on display.
It's funny.
No, it's brilliant. I think it's really good.
And she chose it as well. She chose it. It's good.
Don't tell me these kids aren't creative.
This is it. I can see Connor all the way there.
He said, I wanted to show myself as a colourful character.
It's a week and a half since David Starkey stopped teaching the class.
Hi. Hello, how are you? You're looking very elegant.
Oh, thanks.
Almost angelique.
Look at you! Min, innit? Hello. He told me I look elegant. Look at me, all like a lady. Imagine me in my ballroom gown I'll be with my hair all up, looking like I'm going to prom. I don't have a problem with him, to be honest. I don't know why everyone just hates him. What do you mean, why am I ringing you? Obviously, I'm ringing you to talk to you.
It's the big moment of Starkey's teaching again. Last week, the kids were like a pack of hyenas after he insulted Connor.
Can we... Excuse me, Harlem, please, can we just get going? 2 little rules. Laptops away.
Sorry, I'll do it now. I'll just
Thank you. Thank you, that's very kind. All mobiles off, please. Can we have the joust up, please?
While he was away, his jousting lesson went ahead without him. This time, he decides to start with the video of the lesson he missed in an attempt to win these kids back.
He's like, I do not want to be here. Where was that?
Back in and then catch under your armpit, so in it goes. When your opponent and you are coming towards each other,
Can we just pause there? Can we just pause it there?
Right, can I just say that was a great idea to show us this?
Right.
Because we've been dying to see what we've
OK, that was my idea in case. OK, yes. Let's carry on, and I'll try and now explain what the point of all that is. Those of you who are... Did everybody pick up alarms?
Yeah.
Right, how heavy?
Very heavy.
So about 30, 40 pounds, I reckon.
It's
real
30,
ones.
40 pounds, right. The ones you were handling were children's. They were very, very light. In the Tower of London, anybody here been to the Tower?
Yeah.
Right, there are the real things, and some of them are about 10 inches in diameter. And this is Henry VIII here. When he came to the throne, he was your age.
Was he really?
He was 17 years and 10 months old. You've got this great big horse. You've got a big, tall, strong man. How tall is Henry VIII?
6'4".
No, that's his grandfather. That's Edward IV.
That was a guess.
It's a very good guess. We know about his grandfather precisely because his skeleton has been dug up and he's been measured precisely. No, Henry VIII is about 6'1".
6'1" tall. And
yeah. How can I speak so confidently as to give you his exact height? We don't have his skeleton. Ronnie?
How about his armour?
Great, it's his armour. A suit of armour is made to measure. What this then is a demonstration, Jake, of strength, sporting prowess, agility, because...
Honour.
Honour. Now. But what is the obvious risk, Michael? Just one second. No, Michael. The obvious risk of this is what?
Death.
Yes, somebody's going to get really, really injured. And
do you not get done for murder? Did they not get done?
No. What is the saying? All is fair. Pardon? No. All is fair in... Great! Come on. All is... Yes. Chloe, come on. Quiet, everybody. All is fair in love and war. In other words, it's at your risk.
I've got a range of experience of working with children presenting challenging behaviour, but actually you stuck me in a grammar school, I just wouldn't be able to teach her very effectively, I don't believe. So it's almost asking someone to do the opposite, and so I take my hat off to him that given how difficult his first lesson was, he's prepared to go back and have another go at it. Lots of lesser people would have said, I'm not doing it, and I admire him for that.
That is what I set out that I would try to do at the beginning, and I hope I've sort of done it. And thank you. Thank you.
Can I just say thank you? And I think that was a lot better than the last lesson. What do you think?
You were all better.
I was just about to...
You
burned my...
But you were... It's simply if we... Daniel, it's simply if we all cooperate.
Yeah, we was a lot more quieter and I was kind of shocked.
Yeah. We need just actually to work on being a bit quieter. Good. We're sort of getting to know each other. Some of us are getting to like each other, others are probably getting to dislike each other. But at least there's a kind of human and humane reaction going on.
David Starkey's lesson was good. It was all right, yeah. He was a little nicer this week. He sort of, he seemed to get really nice, like he was nice to everyone. His attitude changed this week.
I don't know if because he knows he pissed us off last time and he was trying to be nice, but he's actually got a really nice sense of humour.
I'll give Starkey the respect he wanted and he gave me the respect I wanted. It's cushy.
It's a lot more interesting today because he was talking like on our level kind of thing, and he weren't using too many posh words. I kind of understood him a bit better.
Instead of just talking about history, he talked about, like, he explained it in ways for us.
As my staff learn to be school teachers, now maybe they can show their magic and turn these kids around.
You know, I've always rated you as a historian, but today I rate you as a teacher. And I just think but you know, 3 kids have just come up to me and said, "Dabs, we got that bloke that's their language.
Of course, yeah.
We got him completely wrong." And one kid said, "I learnt more in there in 10 minutes than I learnt in my secondary school." And I just think, you know, that's all volumes to you for being, you know.
Well, I told you.
It wasn't. I'm giving you a bit of feedback. It's like, take the compliment.
I'm getting.
Yes, because you know, I stood outside for some of the lesson, and I'm telling you, you had them like that.
Some of the time. And some of them. And we've still got, there's a hard core of the Disenchanted.
Two lessons, David.
Yeah, I know.
Two lessons.
I know.
Right.
I'm very ambitious. I'm a high achiever.
If it's this much different this week, what might it be like by next week?
Oh, yes, they'll all be doing PhDs by week 5.
Next time, an incredible scientific experiment.
Anybody tries to leave, everybody fails.
And a millionaire maths teacher.
If you can master the basics, what can you do?
Will it be Dream School? Or will it be a class war?
Harlem.
If you want to find out more about the lessons in Dream School, go to channel4.com/Dream School. If you want to see the full lessons and join our quest to find Britain's dream teachers, then go to youtube.com/Dream School.
A love-struck pair needs something glorious in West Sussex and London. It's Relocation tomorrow at 8. And tomorrow at 9, what are the villagers thinking about this week's visitors to the cottage? It's Love Thy Neighbour. But up next, the model agency.